as we get back underway then. Ever so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for that complete and utter meltdown. Jim, we are back live, my friend. We don't have an audience at the minute.
I was just getting I was getting the stream back up. But Rampage is now up to P2. He stayed out during that, so he is on 14-lap old hards. And that is allowing Stig to pretty much just sprint away right now.
Yeah, I imagine he's just going to coast off into the distance, and we're going to see Rampage be that blocker that we saw Semtex be in that first stint.
Yep, I think so.
Hey, Pat.
And we're back. We're back, Pat.
We are back. Not quite how we intended to be back, but we're back.
We're here. I wonder, I'm assuming Rampage is just going to sit waiting for a safety car. I don't know if he's going to try and pull the mod strategy. Mod went hards to softs in Tier 3. So it will be interesting to see what happens here.
I can only guess from Maud's comment in the chat that it isn't actually much better, and it's still a bit choppy and laggy.
It is better than it. I'm watching it. It's better than it was, but it's still a bit choppy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we get on. We've only got another 23 laps of it to go, so we'll see if we can maintain it. As Stig, by the way, has checked out. He's 3.3 seconds down the road, the championship leader. If you were to look at the bookies right now, the odds on the championship would be incredibly short. Maud says it's now not frame by frame, which is good. It probably previously looked a little bit like a PowerPoint presentation, but it is not.
No, we're definitely better. Definitely better than we were. You got a caution in the back. It looks like Semtex is around. There's a bunch of people diving into the pits. Who else is around? Big Mac Dan he's in the pits. Made it look like he was on the other side. Oh, he had a drive-through. That's correct. Tap-outs had a drive-through. So. Oh
dear. Let's have a quick check out on the penalties actually, because with Stig, I mean, he's picked up that 3-second penalty, which I didn't think he deserved coming out of the pits. I thought the corner that he cut was the right corner for him to cut, unless things have changed. I haven't really paid any attention to drivers' briefings this week because, of course, I'm not driving.
Yeah, no, I think what happened was his right tire went over the line prior to the corner, or he locked up or something, and so the game thought that he was already on the track, and it gave him a full corner cut as he just took the regular pit lane. So if that is what happened, I think that'll get removed. I would assume.
So Stig now has Technic Speedy behind him, 5.5 seconds. Rampage has been passed by the Mercedes and is already 1.6 seconds down. So I'm waiting for Rampage to come into the pits. I'm surprised he hasn't come in under virtual or indeed under full safety car, quite frankly.
I know track position is very important here, and he is up, he's up a bunch of spots, I believe. He's up 17 spots, started in dead last. So, because remember, he crashed on his first lap in qualifying. So, he's here waiting for a safety car now.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, Pat, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. As Happylikepies not out of the championship just yet, claims another position down in that midfield. He's up to P6 now. Beamer down, relegated to P7. Kermit Attacks has slowly made his way back up to P11. Kermit.
Simon takes a dive on Rampage there. Gets the move done. That was a great move by Simon to get around Rampage. Rampage has got to, over the next couple laps, I think he's got to think about pitting.
Yeah, there's going to be people making moves on him just because he's now in the way. It's a real test of the level of patience that the guys have got.
Yep.
Minico, I agree.
Speedy is quick here as well, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch Stig here without the help of a safety car.
Yeah, that was. I mean, he's taken half a second out over the course of that last lap, but I suppose all it takes is one mistake at this track, as we know. One mistake, and the whole environment, the whole landscape of the race and of the classifications, and therefore the championship points can change, and it can change in a heartbeat.
Mod, everyone in the top 9 is on hards and has already pit, so there shouldn't be. The only one that has not is Rampage. He's on 18-lap old hards, so he's the only one that has to pit. Everyone else can go till the end.
Yeah, for sure.
So Land Sharky is on mediums in P10, so I don't know if he's going to try and push those till the end as well, but I would assume Rampage is going to have to come in very shortly. He keeps locking up everywhere as well and sliding through the corners, so I think it's only a matter of time. And everyone behind him from P5 all the way down to even Kermit down there in P11 now is getting frustrated, I'm assuming, as Beamer cuts the corner there.
Picks himself up 3.
Speedy is slowly catching Stig here.
Yeah, it's another 0.3 off. Simon Colston catching Technic Speedy as well, as we've got a couple of cars going side by side and a bit of contact. It's bumper cars through the Grand Hotel hairpin.
And it's unfortunate because it is almost a direct result of Rampage still being out there. He's just slowing everyone up, and everyone else is just getting antsy and wanting to get around, which, I understand. I get it too, but unfortunately, until Rampage ducks into the pits here, you guys are just going to have to...
You got to suck it up, man.
Yep. Suck it up and just roll around.
Yeah, unless you can get close enough down the home straight.
Yep. Because he doesn't have DRS now, but he's locking up.
Yeah, he's not coming in again.
Jacob can get close enough here.
Oh! Epic!
Sideways.
What happened?
He got a little sideways. That's going to give Beamer room around the outside, but Epic doesn't give it to him. That gives Jacobson and Rampage a bit of breathing room here now. Those two are battling.
Yeah, this is the real intriguing one now. It's almost like a champagne bottle with the cork waiting to explode. As soon as Rampage dips into the pits, we do have yellows. That looks like it's a virtual safety car. 5 seconds for Boogs. It's Boogs and Big Mac Dan possibly that got involved there.
I think it was a 5 second for both Red Bulls. So
wow.
I don't know who. I'm assuming those could eventually get. It looked like Boogs was parked across the track sideways, so that wasn't too good. But I'm assuming Rampage is going to have to come in this lap. He has pretty much no choice.
For the sake of this race, I hope the Ferrari goes into the pit lane.
Yes, for his own sake, I think.
There he goes. The champagne cork has been popped.
Now this will give everyone behind a bit of room. In the long run,
Kermit
gets drive through. That is a killer right there.
And he's retired.
Retires in the pits.
That's a sad end.
Over for him.
A sad end to the title.
And that doesn't help Aston Martin. That means they'll score 0 points. So, as we're back green now, looking, as long as Stig just keeps it calm and rolls on through here, he'll secure both the drivers and the constructors title.
Maud says the same thing happened to him during the race.
Yep. Yeah, the only reason I even knew about that was because I did some social races this week, and pulling into the pits, for whatever reason, the Delta, you lose like almost an entire second under safety car on the Delta pulling into the pits because it thinks you're way over or somewhere. So
Yeah.
you need to give yourself a ton of time because it thinks you're in the next turn instead of pits. So
Oh my
it
god,
just
that's
cuts
dumb.
it off so significantly.
Yeah, that's dumb. So we've got a whole host of different penalties now. Tolby's just going through for his drive-through. He's also picked up 5 seconds, of course, for that collision with Boogs. It looks like it was that anyway. And then we've got 3 seconds for Stig, Kapachi, Rampage, Lance Sharky, Beamer, with 6 seconds for Chili Willy. So we are now relying quite heavily to make this an interesting last 15 laps. We're relying on Epic, Happylikepies, who currently sits in P5, to go on the charge. It's got to be hammer time.
I mean, he's had a pretty quiet race. I mean, not that it's been bad, you know, but he's just been quietly moving his way up the field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know when that happened, but Simon passed Tactic Speedy, so Speedy must have had a bit of a...
I'm wondering if Speedy went to the pits, actually.
No, I don't
No,
think
he didn't.
so.
No, he's had himself a moment, though, because he's lost.
Yes.
He's lost probably 7 seconds there.
Yeah, he's well behind Simon, and now, I mean, he was, what, 7 seconds up on Jacobson, or the pack behind? And, I mean, Jacobson's within 4 seconds now, so...
Yeah, so the gap between Happylikepies and Stig is 13.2 seconds here on lap 24 of 39. So there is that 3-second penalty. We don't know for sure if that's going to get taken off because we haven't seen the incident. But that's our hope for a championship battle. Happylikepies to begin to close this gap. Mm-hmm. And actually, to be fair, Stig would have to have an enormous mistake from here and DNF.
The only way I think anything other than Stig winning and McLaren winning the championship is if Stig DNFs. Because even as is, I like Jacobson's chances at defending here. Just, you know, it's a very tough track to overtake. And him and Happy are not vastly different speeds. You know, their laps are very similar. So,
yeah, for sure. I mean, Simon's catching. I guess that's what Happylikepies has got to hope, is that Simon challenges. Simon is so, you know, passionate about the race win that something happens with Stig that causes Stig damage and Stig drops down like a stone.
Yeah.
Because if Stig was to pit right now, he would end up coming out around about 9th or 10th. And if Epic were to win, that would be enough for him.
Yeah.
As we do have a Red Bull.
Irons.
It is Irons.
Is parked.
Oh, dear.
He is going to cause a problem if he does not get out of there soon. Oh, the leader is coming around. If I were Irons, I would sit right there.
Oh, my word. I thought I'd done the ultimate commentator's curse for a moment. As he manages to get out. Boogs does manage to get out of the way. As Tolby's crashed. There we go. That's another full safety car then.
All right. So
that might keep Boogs in the game, to be fair.
Stig pulled into the pits.
Yeah, in goes Stig. So the leader of the race now is Simon Colston.
Speedy stays out. Jacobson comes into the pit. He's going to throw on mediums. Epic comes into the pits. He's going to throw on mediums. Gary stays out.
Chili Willy, in comes him.
Goes on to softs.
Camus says the same thing happened to him. Tier 4 had a green Delta. Stig isn't pushing that much right now, says Midiko. No, he doesn't have to push, Midiko, does he? You know, let's have a quick look at the ERS situation. Oh, no shocks there, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think under the safety car, I think we see Stig. I mean, like we said, he knows he has to finish P6, right? So even in P3, he's fine.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's in a great spot.
Yep.
Minico says exactly. I've been telling him that for sure. Yeah, no need to push. I think it's just all about seeing how the race pans out for you when certainly when Semtex made it a bizarre start to the race by going on those hard tyres. He caused that gap.
Yep.
So, leader then. Gap to leader. Gap between Stig and Happy Like Pie is still around about that. Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter, we're under safety car conditions, so it's closed down.
Yep. So, this actually helps out Jacobson, it looks like, because Rampage has a pen, Land Sharky also has a pen. You know, Jacobson is there. Gary could be on for a podium, depending on with the Stig thing. Stig pen.
Drew Lassard says that Rampage is getting his pen removed.
We'll see about that.
Stig will get his removed too, so, say people. So we'll see, guys. Obviously, they'll have to send for penalties to be removed. Those will have to go into the stewards team. That's not something the team principals can decide, obviously, or engineers for that matter. I'm actually hoping that it doesn't come to that, and that either Stig just kind of wins the championship, or Happy Like Pies wins the championship from here.
Yeah, I mean, the way we sit right now, I believe that's probably going to be the case, from what I can see. I don't think, like I said, I mean, Stig would have to completely retire in order, you know.
Good point there by Maud. They'll need their lap director, they'll need race director.
Yep.
Recordings. Zook says hopefully they don't get any more warnings. I guess if they do already, we know what kind of lap they pick that up on. We'll potentially be able to watch the stream back and see. I think this might be my final broadcast for a while, Jim.
Until we, well, we got 3 weeks before the season starts, so.
Yeah. We'll see how we get on. Right then, so we've got the Big Mac Dan at the rear. He is coming around. We've got somebody in the pits. It looks like Boogs has DNF'd in the pits. He's called it a day. Yep. We've got Beamer, I think, in the pits as well. I don't know whether he's calling it a day. No, looks like Beamer's going to continue. Boog's car's going to come back out on track, which is frustrating.
And it's just going to pull it. I don't think it retires up until, like, after Casino, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, up towards Mirabeau.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes through Casino and then just pulls off, which is just horrendous, to be completely honest. That.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
That thing. It's going all the way through Sector 1.
Yeah.
Retire up there.
Yeah, there it goes. Pulls off into Mirabeau 1. Marvellous. Okay then, so we're on lap 28 of 39 then. The title, you would suggest, as we overlook the beautiful harbour here in Monaco. Don't see many people hanging out on those boats having parties though, Jim. Bit disappointing. I'm expecting more parties in Monaco, quite frankly.
You'd think at, these midnight party races with the fireworks at the end, I mean, you expect to see everyone on the boats tonight. But I guess not.
Maud says the back of the safety car was pretty when I led for 24 laps. Toby says it's hands down the worst season ever for him anyway, and we're back underway. We are green, leading down into turn 1. Sandoval then climbing up the hill. It's Simon Colston followed by Technic Speedy. The championship leader TRL Stig, Gary, Rampage, Land Sharky, MB Jacobson, the two Haas, side by side in P6 and 7. Happy Like Pie, Fake Mano, Kapachi, Chili Willy, Papoots, Semtex, the Big Mac Dan, and finally bringing up the rear at the moment is Beamer NG in the Mercedes. A little gap forming from Simon down to Technic Speedy then. 1 second out of DRS range already after less than a lap.
Gary's looking a bit slow on those hards. He's probably going to get eaten up here. pretty soon by the guys behind him. So, be interesting to see. But, as he gets a little loose.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And Jacobson sneaks through, and now he's right behind Gary on the fresh sauce.
Yeah, so MB Jacobs and Fake Mano. Landsharky was relegated twice then as Fake Mano picks up 3 seconds. Gary's all over the place on those hards, isn't he? Yeah. He didn't profess the change, and I think he's going to get swallowed up by these 3 cars. Or do we have ourselves another champagne cork situation?
I know Jacobson's probably not going to force the issue, but with him being on those softs, he desperately needs to get by Gary here.
Yeah, well, somebody else who's desperately trying to get by, we've got Stig right on the gearbox of Technic Speedy. So those 19-lap-old hards, there's a bump. Now, I can still see a left end plate. We didn't lose an end plate. But as the championship leader, you've got to be careful here. That guy's on 19-lap-old hard tyres. You're going to be a lot quicker. You're going to make a move down into the Nouvelle Chicane, perhaps. Side by side, squeezed up against the wall. But through goes Stig. A little bit of contact with Technic Speedy. But Technic Speedy does indeed hold off, but loses that to Rampage as well. So Stig and Rampage through.
Rampage touched the wall. Don't know if he got any damage. Doesn't look like he did.
That looked like a big risk for me from the championship leaders. He goes sideways, going around the final turn. Sorry, Raskas.
I don't, I know Gary's trying to defend like crazy here, but he's causing a whole boatload of problems behind him here.
Who, Gary?
Yeah.
Well, now it's a double stack because you got Technic Speedy and Gary together on lap 31A with 20 and 18 lap old tyres. So Fake Mano, I've seen Fake Mano driving before. I know he's probably a lot more patient today than he used to be back in Tier 3.
No, he is not.
No, he is not.
As he punts Gary through with the hairpin all the way through. Oh,
Epic's losing positions, gaining positions. We're down into the tunnel. It's Epic. And he's sideways through the tunnel. That could cause a problem.
Tap outs. Hits Capacci.
Oh, all over the place.
The BS. If I were Gary right now with all the incidents that just happened behind, I would 100%.
There's penalties flying all over the place, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Papaus has picked up, I think he's just picked up 10 seconds worth of penalties for crashing into somebody in the tunnel. Into the pits comes Happylikepies. Now, I don't see any damage on this car. But he has come into the pits. Are we going to see him continue?
He does have a wing change. So there must
there's
have been
a wing
damage
change happening. Okay.
We are back green. We're going to see if Fake Mano... He tries it again in the same corner to try and get by Gary.
That's dangerous.
And that's the second time he's tried to do that. So I know you want to get by him, and I know he's slower, but at some point you have to...
I think we might see him make a move down into the Nouvelle Chicane here. No, he's had to back out.
Jacobson is unfortunately close. Yeah, I don't think he wants to be this close. But I think he knows something is going to happen here between these two. But
thing is, you don't want to follow too quickly, too closely.
Exactly. He gives a bunch of room, but then they make contact with each other, and then it just causes a whole big mess. So we'll see. McMahon gets a little loose there. It could open up some room for Jacobson around the outside.
Landsharky's out.
Retired. McMahon does not give room.
Landsharky's out of the Nouvelle Chicane. He's crashed at the Nouvelle Chicane. We've gone green again, though.
Yeah, it looks like he was just far enough back. Didn't cost him. So we've got Fake Mano trying however he can to make his way past Gary.
We've got Stig right on the gearbox then, moving into the Nouveau chicane. Is he going to make a move on Simon Colston for the lead of the race? He is not. He backs out, but he heads down towards Tabac. Round that quick left-hander at Tabac into Piscine, into the swimming pool area that you can see. They're beautiful on the right. Down into the final last few corners of the track, up into Raskas, round the final corner, down Longhorn Straight, DRS, wing wide open. Is he going to make a run? He should make a run, I would have thought. Down into turn 1, into Sandoval. He doesn't. Well defended by Simon, but Simon slides all over the road, up the hill now, up towards Casino. Oh my word.
Why? Why are we doing this? Meanwhile, Fake Mano and Jacobson both got past Gary here, so
Gary is finally relegated down into P7. That was some wild stuff from Stig, taking chances, even though he could just cruise round. I like his style, honestly, to be fair.
If I were Stig, I would let Rampage pass.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Happylikepies, quickest lap.
Why be in the middle of a sandwich here, you know? Just let him get by it, you know?
Slight tap from Stig, so we gave the place back, says Minico.
Technic Speedy, I mean, he is on very old hards, so he's not going to be posing a threat to those guys.
No, for sure. As a matter of fact, I'm expecting Fake Mano to be all over his gearbox by the end of the 35th lap.
Yeah, I would say by lap 34, 35 or 36, we'll see Fake Mano pushing Speedy around the track.
Yeah.
We're now under 2 seconds. Jacobson is right behind Fake Mano, so I'm assuming that'll be a battle upcoming shortly. So.
Yeah, up to Casino then. Stig still all over the gearbox of Simon. Rampage not far behind either. Down towards the Grand Hotel hairpin. Into Mirabeau 2.
Stig is right up underneath the rear wing of Simon.
Yeah, we might see a move here, by the way. It's less than a tenth now. Less than a tenth. No, it's 1/10, beg your pardon.
Got a yellow in the back. Looks like Big Mac Dan and Chili Willy.
3-second time penalty for Stig. Won't get that one removed.
Nope. That one is for sure 3 seconds. So, I mean, luckily for him, Epic is in P12. So he is out of the points.
Yeah, he's been making moves, though, and he is still quite a long way back. And we are running out of the number of times we go around this asphalt. As we make a move, oh my word! That could have been dangerous. We've now got Rampage up alongside Stig, about to take P2. He does take P2, but they're coming up to the Casino. Stig has to let him through. Absolutely has to concede. Stig had to concede there. That would have been far too risky to try and defend that into Casino.
Honestly, I think they've been racing way too hard.
For the last 5 laps, yeah. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Especially for Stig, who's
for sure.
With you've got a championship battle on your hands. Where, right now it may not seem it, but we've seen crazier things happen.
We certainly have. So I mean, Happylikepies isn't really making any impact on Beamer or Dan by the looks of things, but above Dan, you've got all these runners now on the medium tyres. Chili Willy picks up 3 seconds. He doesn't have any penalties, by the way, Happylikepies either. So,
no.
There are points in the offing for him because we've got 2 drivers with one has 9 seconds, one has 13 seconds. So there are points on the table for him. Stig, one mistake from Stig racing this hard, and I'm telling him to relax because he wants to win, but he's risking too much, says Minico.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, everyone wants to win, right? Everyone wants to win the race. but you got to look at the bigger picture right now for yourself.
Yeah, and for the constructors. You know, that if Stig crashes out now, the constructors stays with Aston Martin.
Yep, absolutely. Maybe even. I mean, no, because Tap-Outs has a bazillion seconds of penalties. I'm gonna say Alfa, if he crashes out, Alfa Romeo can make a poop, but Tap-Outs has way too many seconds of penalties right now.
Yeah.
So don't know how many of those will get removed or not, but it's gonna be close. On track, it's gonna be. I don't think Jacobson's going to end up with a podium, but he's going to definitely finish P4.
Yeah, well, we're on the penultimate lap right now, and with the gap and the tire situation. So the tire situation of Technic Speedy, those are some old ass tires. But I guess for MB Jacobson, they're softs and they're pretty old as well at 12 laps.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he's close enough, but not close enough. I don't think Simon and Rampage and Stig are going to slow down enough for him to catch up and make a podium place out of it. But I think he's going to end up P4.
Yeah,
as all the penalties run through.
Yeah, and we're fast approaching the final lap here. And it looks like Stig has indeed decided to stop the massive push. Capacci picks up 3. So it's the championship lap then. Lap 39. Race 10 of 10. Oh my word.
He almost lost it right in front of Stig there.
He did.
Tragic. They are still bouncing off of each other.
Down towards the hairpin.
Great for Simon now. Simon is just loving this as they battle. He's got no pens. So he will definitely win. As looks like Epic.
Yeah, Happylikepies makes a mistake and sent a vote. Through the Neville chicane then for the final time. It's the Williams of Simon Colston, then round to back, down towards the swimming pool. Swimming pool into Raskas. Round Raskas we go. Round the final turn he goes. On lap 39 of 39. It's the Williams of Simon Colston that's going to win the race. He takes the checkered flag. Second place Rampage, but it's the world champion TRL Stig in the McLaren that claims third place on track, relegated down to P5 with penalties. But that's enough. He only needed P6. He takes P5. He wins the championship. It's a McLaren title, and it looks like a McLaren title in the constructors as well, Jim.
Yep, I believe it is, because Big Mac Dan will move up to P8. So they were down, what? They were down 15 points. So even if Stig doesn't get that removed, I believe they still, was that 10? 10, no, that's 10 and 4. So
that's a tie.
Those penalties do not get removed. It'll be a tie for P1 in the constructors.
Wow.
But,
wow.
We will see what happens later on this week.
That's incredible.
So,
and as Drew mentioned, you know, what a drive it was from Rampage. Rampage having crashed out, and there's the confirmation driver of the day for Rampage. He went from last up into P3 to grab himself a podium.
Yep, absolutely. It was a great race from him. It was a great strategy call. Waited on a safety car and did get it late, and that was all he needed to, you know, turn his race around.
Sure. Right then. We're most definitely going to need to get.
I don't know if you want to attempt interviews today because
I mean, I'd love to attempt interviews because it's the final race of the season, but the stream has been absolutely awful.
Yeah. We didn't
Tell you what, Jim, turn your camera off. I'll turn my camera off. That might help us.
Let's see. All right. How's that?
We'll head our way into the interview room. I can't even change the... turn my camera off as well.
They're all already waiting in the interview room. If we can get them.
Do we have the world champion in there?
We do. He is there.
We do. Okay, we'll save him till last, I think.
Okay. We've got Simon and Rampage in there as well.
Yeah, let's get the race winner in.
Yep.
Let's get Simon in, if we can. Oh, keep your fingers and toes crossed, everybody. Keep your fingers and toes crossed. If I could just move anything, now it'd be amazing. Okay, Simon first. Move to media box 1. Yes, there we go, and there we have it. Simon, good evening.
Hello.
How the devil are you, sir? What a race. Well done.
Thank you very much. I am extremely tired. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am extremely tired.
No, I can imagine that. It seemed like a pretty energy sapping race. We gave it the commentator's curse, saying there hadn't been any safety cars or any major incidents, and then within a lap, I think we had our first virtual safety car, and then they kept coming. Did you have any particular strategy for that race? It seemed like a pretty normal IRL Monaco race for quite a while.
I thought, yeah, at the start I was just wanted to not hit the wall, and then when I finally got into a position where I could look to winning the race, I just had to, I don't know, keep myself clean, facing forward, and yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like you did exactly that, and those were some pretty old tyres, were they, at the end?
Yeah, they were something different. I pitted to them on the first safety car. I think it was lap
10 or
11. 10 or 11 then.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, though, excellent race though, Simon. How have you felt the season's been overall? Because obviously that's round 10 done and dusted now. The season's finished. How have you felt the season's gone?
I felt like I've had decent pace. I've been quite unlucky with incidents in some of the races, but apart from that, I'm quite happy with my pace.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think I looked at the beginning of the season. I apologise profusely because I did actually, having watched you in some of the pre-season races, I actually tipped you to do quite well. So it's probably my fault that you've got wrapped up in some incidents. I apologise. But yeah, I felt you raced very well this season, and I thought that you had magnificent pace. And you're right, you got caught up in some pretty hairy incidents. We've enjoyed watching you all season, Jim, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, as one of the most entertaining tiers to have watched all season, because you guys are just so close pace wise. Everyone, I mean, from qualifying being separated by 7 or 8 tenths seemingly every single week, to close racing every week. I mean, it's just been a pleasure to be a part of all season for sure.
For sure. Well, Simon, congratulations today on the race win. You are down in the annals of history as a race winner at Monaco, certainly for MRL. Enjoy the next 3 or 4 weeks in between seasons. We hope to see you again very soon.
Yeah, I can't wait. Thank you, guys.
Good stuff. Well done, buddy. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, let's get Mr. Rampage in next, I think. Maybe this is the secret, Jim. Maybe we just turn the cameras off and things go smoothly.
Cameras off for.
Can you imagine? Mr. Rampage, good evening.
Good evening.
Congratulations on your podium today, sir. How do you feel?
I'm feeling so good right now. Qualified last. I was in the mud in quali, and then I somehow ended up P2 because that 3 second is getting removed as well. So
yeah, don't forget. Just on that, don't forget to get the race director stuff.
yeah.
Because the Maud, who's the head steward, will have to go through those just to make sure and take off any 3-second penalties we don't feel are necessary. Did you get it coming out of the pits?
No, I got 3 warnings, but my third warning I got pushed off. I couldn't get on the track, so.
Okay. Jim, do you want to take over the interview, mate?
Yeah, I mean, how did it feel coming all the way up through the field from last? I know you stayed out during one of the safety cars, which kind of helped you gain a bunch of track position, and then you got lucky with another later safety car, which helped keep you up there. But what's the thought process from like a driver's standpoint, trying to pass all these cars on the hardest track to pass?
I was just praying really, because when that first safety car came out, I saw everyone pit, but I thought it was way too early to pit onto
Yes.
mediums.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stayed out, and I was the only one who stayed out. So I was really struggling, just trying to keep everyone behind.
Yeah.
And then I got lucky with some people crashing behind me, and there being a VSC, and then a safety car. But yeah, no, that was fun. That felt good.
Yeah, it was fun to watch from our perspective. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely was. It was a real kind of case, almost like a case of cat and mouse for quite a while. And we had such a mix of tyres and tyre ages in that top 10. It was causing absolute chaos with people getting a little bit impatient. So seeing a couple of you guys with those slightly older tyres on, holding court throughout some stages of that race was actually good fun, and it gave us a little bit of a laugh, didn't it, Jim? Watching some of the guys trying to get past.
Yep. Yeah, you could just see, like Andy said a couple times, it was like a champagne bottle just waiting to be uncorked, and there was just so many cars just backed up from other guys, and it was quite something to watch for sure.
It was indeed. So that's the end of the season, Mr. Rampage. How you felt it's gone overall?
Well, I entered the season a little past, or like a little after the half.
Yeah.
I entered in Spain because I was reserving and someone dropped out the league, so I got the seat. But no, those races felt good. I thought I could do better, honestly, but it feels good to end with a podium in Monaco now, especially when I qualified last. That race was
absolutely.
It's tough. League racing, I feel like it's a whole different animal, because especially with us that have 6 tiers, 7 next season, it's everyone you're racing against is very similar in pace to yourself, so it's just difficult every week, and everyone sweats every week. So
yeah, congratulations anyway, Rampage. Well done today. Absolutely phenomenal drive, going from what was a hellish qualification session to getting yourself on the podium. Well done, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a few weeks when we kick off season 9. Get yourself rested up. I'm sure you'll just get yourself into the practice mode, and look forward to the media shows that we produce that let you know where you're going to be racing, which tier, which team, and which tracks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My first full season, so
yeah.
I mean, I
First,
hope to see everyone.
It's a fun experience. You'll definitely enjoy it. Guarantee you that.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. This league is great, and you guys are great.
Hey,
So,
thank you. Thank you very much for the kind words, buddy. We appreciate it. And, you know, you've been, since you joined, you've been a big part of making Tier 2 what it's been for the last 10 rounds. Certainly since you've been in the last 4 or 5 rounds. It's been for my money, it's been the closest tier in terms of pace across the top, I don't know, 10, 15 drivers. It's been wild, you know, 600s today. I know you didn't really trouble the timing machine in qualification, but there were only 600s between P1 and P5 today. So that's the kind of closeness we love. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you again next season, pal.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you very much, buddy. Take care.
Good night. Have a good one.
Yeah, bye.
Okay then, Jim. That only leaves us one thing to do.
That's it. We have to bring him in.
Leaves us
Bring in the
one
champ.
thing to do. I think we may well, Jim, be in the presence of a world champion, Mr. Stig. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Congratulations. You are indeed the Tier 2 world champion after what was a hell of a drive at Monaco. Just talk us through how you feel.
I mean, I'm a little bit annoyed that I only came home with P5 considering my pace, but I just got pissed off at the end there and made a lot of mistakes. So, but yeah, to bring it home, obviously, Kermit and Pison have that good of races, but still bring it home, and the dominance I showed in the middle stint, felt really good.
Yep. Yeah, you definitely had the pace today, and I mean, once JJo and Kermit both DNF'd, it was kind of inevitable that all you need to do is basically finish the race in the points, and you would have, you know, won yourself the drivers for sure, and then a top 5 was going to get you the constructors. So,
And speaking of constructors, I think with this race, McLaren also clinches the overall constructors.
Oh.
That I would have to check, but probably. I mean,
Wow.
you guys.
Because I think we have more than a 44-point gap.
Wow. Okay. Well, what a day it's been for you then. Obviously, your boy Dan, the Big Mac Dan, picked up. He picked up. How many points did he pick up? Was it 2 or 4?
4, I think.
4 points, and that we believe, depending upon the penalty situation, in terms of those 3 seconds that we claim need to come off. You'll have to make sure you put those in, by the way, because that.
Yeah, I got extra warning, so I think it'll say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because at the minute, as it stands right now, you're tied with Aston Martin on 187.
Yeah, and the only thing with that is on countback, Aston wins.
Okay, so you've got to hope for that 3 seconds to come off then, and that'll take you 2 points clear of them.
Yep.
But what a weekend!
We could see Big Mac Dan move up as well with other penalties to other drivers further back. So
yeah, for sure.
We'll probably try and get the stewarding done early this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just so everyone can enjoy their few weeks off.
Yeah.
And one more thing to add, during the draft, I messaged Funju. Well, because at the start of last season, I messaged him, if you get me to T2, I got you that championship.
Yeah.
And then during the draft this season, I messaged him back. I messaged him again. I said I'd run back the offer. I keep my word.
So you put yourself under quite a bit of pressure to go out and deliver. But guess what? You went out. You've driven real well all season. Me and Jim have had the absolute best tier we could have possibly had when it came to not just a great championship tussle, but the quality of the driving's been absolutely superb week in, week out. We've very rarely had any huge incidents that have I know Kermit's got caught up in a few bits over the course of the season that he'll look back on with disdain.
Unlucky.
He has been unlucky, but it was great to be able to take the championship to the final race. I have to say, and I can't stop the interview without saying that you had my heart in my mouth between laps 31 and 39. Probably 37, to be fair. We could see that
I
you were
got way too
pushing
aggressive.
hard.
Yeah.
I was like, Stig, please do not bin it through swimming pool on lap 36
Yeah.
of 39.
I hit the wall so many times. I don't know how I never got wing damage.
No, wait,
Yeah.
we know. We were watching very closely, sir.
We watched a lot today.
Yeah, we
But it's
were
weird.
on you.
It's weird. I mean, because I had what happened to Rampage in qualifying, it happened to me during the race today. Like, barely scraped the wall, and my whole front tire came off. And then
Yeah.
other times, like, we're seeing people completely just bounce off of walls at almost full speed, and there's no damage at all. So
Yeah. I don't know how I never got damage during that race. I lost so many times.
You know, you and Rampage were bumping wheels on lap 35. I was like, please don't kill each other. going up through Casino. I think you backed out going up the hill into Casino. You were side by side, and I was like, please don't try and defend that, Stig, please. And you backed out and let him go through, and it was like, okay, we might be on to these guys finishing the race.
Going up into the long left-hander, I almost wall rode on accident at one point.
Yeah.
I was so close to it.
Yeah.
And
Listen.
also, I just got messaged by Dan. We are 46 ahead going into tier 1, so we have clinched it.
that is it.
Wow, and that's before anything gets moved. So hopefully, and again, you know, we always hope that championships get decided on track and not in the stewards room.
Yeah.
We've seen, you know, stewards room decide other leagues' championships over the course of the last couple of months. So yeah, we hope that things just go swimmingly and the championship's decided. So congratulations.
Yeah.
I suppose we can say that's the triple crown for you potentially.
Yeah.
Tier 2 overall and drivers champion.
Yeah.
The triple crown.
On the Monaco win too.
Can't
Monaco.
Can't win many more championships than that.
Or not Monaco win. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've done it at Monaco, and that's the main thing. So congratulations, Stig, Tier 2 world champion for Moose Racing League. Take your 3 or 4 weeks off. Go and do whatever you're gonna do. Are you gonna go away and practice?
I might. I'm moving within like 2 weeks, so.
So this is perfect
Good timing.
and this is great.
There you go. Good stuff. Well, congratulations, my friend. You take care. Have a wonderful off season, and we'll see you in season 9, whether that's in tier 2 or maybe even tier 1. Who knows?
We will see.
Take care, pal. Have a great break.
You too.
Good night.
Night.
Where are we then, Jim?
We're here.
We're here. We are back. So I'll get us back into the opening camera. Feel free to turn your camera back on if you want. We'll see if it works.
We'll see. I'm here.
I can see 3 little dots. There he is. There he is.
Hey, there we go.
So that's it then. Season 8 is done and dusted. What a title fight we had on our hands. And do you know what? We couldn't have asked for much of a better season to watch and to commentate on. It's been an absolute pleasure teaming up with you. I wish that final race had been a little bit spicier.
Yep. I was hoping that the after qualifying the way it went, I was hoping that we would have a really close battle for the championship coming down to the final few laps. But unfortunately, that's just not the way it panned out. But other than that, I had a great time all season watching everyone here.
Yeah, so. it's been superb. I can't complain. I think that's been my favorite season of not just commentary, but having the opportunity to see these guys drive week in, week out. I'm pretty sure it's helped me improve my racecraft as I've gone throughout the season. You know, I haven't raced too much in MRL this season due to the race times are too early for me now, believe it or not. But it's helping me in some other leagues I race in. It's helping me watching some of these guys, learn from them and take it to the track and get a bit more consistent, because that's what I guess you want when you're in league racing, is a little bit of consistency.
Yeah. And as you know, as a former team principal and maybe another one next season, still undecided, it goes a long way. You know, seeing guys improve their racecraft over the course of a season, you know, where, you know, they may be a little bit more sendy at the beginning, but then, you know, as the season goes on, they are a little bit more patient, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it does not go unnoticed by team principals.
No,
so.
Absolutely. Right, well, I guess that's us done, mate, for the season. It's been an absolute pleasure. I suppose I better go and start working on improving my PC between now and the middle of October. See if I can get something stable.
Luckily, we have 3 weeks, so we have plenty of time to...
I need 3 months to... If I'm going to be able to technologically change life, I'm going to need 3 months. But we'll give it our best shot, mate. Thank you so much for your company in the comms box. Been an absolute pleasure. Look forward to catching you again next season.
Oh, yes. I will be back. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Good stuff. What a mate. Good night, everybody. Hope you had a great time. Please make sure you go and watch Tier 1, the championship decider there. I don't know whether we've got a full complement of championship protagonists. I know Giants fan will be racing. I'm hoping Drix has made it. Go and watch him because they are absolutely crazy. They're fire. Once we close this down, you'll get a link to that stream. Take care. Good night. Good night from me, and it's good night from him.
We'll see you next season.
See you next season, guys. Take care.